Hey guys, this is a slightly different video than my normal videos. Um, I just wanted to thank everybody for the support on my videos. I just recently hit 500 subs and I'm completely blown away. Like when I initially started making these Starfield ship reviews, I was doing them more for my own benefit because I thought like there's a lot of videos online of people showing their own ships, which are cool, but I didn't see many of like the kind of the default chips in game. So I was like, oh well, I'll put up some videos and maybe one or two people see them and they'll be happy with it. And then it just my views like skyrocketed. Like I think the Conquer video that I put up, I like I said, I thought I'd get like maybe a couple of views, maybe a max of like 100 views over time, but it just blew up and then it just propelled everything, and now all of my review videos are like getting really high views. I'm like, I'm shocked. I'm also very grateful. So yeah, so in this video, I just, like I said, I want to thank everyone for the support, for the people who are viewing the videos, for the people who subscribe, people who are leaving comments. Anytime if you comment, I always try to get back to you, whether it's if you're asking a question or you're just giving some feedback or even just chatting. But yeah, so I said, like, I am grateful, and I thought it'd be nice to do something slightly different. So I'd like to do the ship review videos, and I thought since I hit a really high milestone, why not do a ship review video but with a twist? So today we're going to be looking at a ship that you can't get, to my knowledge, but it just kind of it pops up. So this is the ship here. I'm gonna really quickly photo mode just so it can't fly away. So on your planet, you can make these little they're like landing pads, but they're used to like ferry resources between your other outposts. And when you put one of these landing pads down, you see the little resources there. This is one of the planets where I basically harvest copper and I send it to another outpost. But these ships land and they're really cool. And I was like, I really want to get one. And I was looking around, checked all the ship vendors, couldn't really find one. And then I kind of went back and I looked at it and I was like, well, I could see why you probably can't get one. Because it's not built to the same standard as most ships in the game. Like, it has a jump drive, it has engines, but it's missing a docking port. So that's probably why you can't buy it. But I really like the look of it, and I was like, oh, well, I want to make one. And I did. It took a lot of time. I'll show you in a second my attempt. It's pretty accurate. The only difference is, as you see at the front here, we have these like kind of Hope Tech bumpers. I had to swap it out for a like a docking tube so we could actually use it. Real quick, let me give you a quick rundown. My ship's over there. We'll show it off in a minute. Color may be slightly off. It should take off, but when I was initially recording, it just kind of appeared. Usually what happens is it like takes off into the sky and then comes back down. Yeah, so that's... Let me go over here and show you real quick. We'll do my usual review. There's not much to it. Oh, there we go. It's taking off now. I thought that was really cool. So it just takes off, flies away, and then it'll come back in like a couple of minutes. But anyway, this is my version. Like I said, it's mostly accurate. The only thing is you have to have a docking port. There's not much of an interior to it, so yeah. But we'll hop in. We'll go inside and we'll really quickly take a look at it. So from what I was looking at, there's only basically one interior. It's a 3x1 Hope Tech engineering room, which I suppose is fair enough. You've got the docking port here. Got a little bit of room for your crew to sit around, but not very much. This is a cargo vessel, so like obviously it's mainly meant for cargo. And then obviously up here we have the Hope Tech. Hope Tech. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Sarah always catching me off guard with her random responses. It's a Hope Tech bridge. Lot of view. Got a lot of... You can very scenic, which I quite like, because I feel like with these sort of cargo vessels, like kind of like how you have like cargo vessels in real life, the big ships, you need a lot of view, a lot of visuals, so you don't hit stuff. But yep, we're gonna do my usual we're gonna fly it. Obviously, like I said, I was trying to make this as realistic as possible. So it has no weapons, just has shields. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. You know, you could obviously retrofit this if you want, but the way it, like, I seen it and I was like, this would be like a really cool ship for somebody who's role-playing as like a trader, you know? Like if you're trying to role-play as that trader role and you're like, oh, I just want a trading ship. Well, here you go. So, we'll do a quick speed test. Like I said, no weapons. It's quite slow, I'm not going to lie. When I was building it, and you'll see in the video when I break it down, initially I was going to use the highest level parts, because like the engines, there's multiple versions of the engines, there's multiple versions of the cockpit, and then I decided to kind of go with like the entry level, because I felt like this is a ship that's not going to cost a lot of money to basically manufacture. Anyway, we got a speed of 110, boost speed of 240. This thing isn't outrunning anything. We'll do a quick pitch. Oh my dear lord, this is slow. Now obviously, like I said, I'll show you how you build it at the end, but if you wanted to build it a little bit faster yourself, you could modify it, get some better engines. The yaw is Jesus. Okay, yeah. Do it quick. As you can see, I think it looks really cool, which is what it caught my eye, and I was like, oh, I gotta build this. So let's real quick, we'll show the stats off. So it's got a cargo capacity of 7.6k, which is really, really good. Obviously, you can improve that if you wanted to. The pieces are they can be interchanged. You can put less pieces on to make it lighter. It's only got 210 fuel tank at the bottom. It's got a 21 light year jump range, which is pretty decent, and then it's got a 610 hull. Small shields, 455 shields, and then it's got an A-class reactor. So let's really quickly, we'll head down to the planet, and I'll basically showcase how I built it. Alright, so here we are at the shipyard. So it's made up of mainly Hope Tech parts, but it's got some Nova Galactic pieces that were kind of hard to find. So on the very bottom row, we've got a Deimos landing bay. We've got 2 of these Polo 230 cargo holds by Panaptes. Now, if I really quickly go and show you, it might not show me them here. Where are the cargo? There's kind of different versions of some of these. Okay, yeah, so you have to, when you're building this ship, you're going to have to shop around a little bit, because certain pieces are unique to certain areas. Like, this is usually quite a generic piece that you can find anywhere. There's like different sizes, so obviously this is the largest size. It's 1,000 cargo. You can get smaller sizes as well, obviously, if you wanted to. And then we've got the fuel tank at the end there. It's a 500T hydrogen tank. It gives 210 grav jump fuel, and then obviously the next layer we have in the middle, we have the Hope Tech Hope 11 Docker 4, Hope Tech Engineering Bay 3x1, and then we have just a Deimos hull here. And then behind that is the 144 mm toroidal reactor by Dogstar. And then on the sides we have these Nova Galactic NG-15 landing gear, and then these ones as well. You'll notice these ones are slightly different than the ones in the back, because they have like little engines on the front. These were very hard to find. I jumped around to every single ship vendor that I could think of, and the only place I could find these was on Titan in Seoul, one of the moons of, I'm gonna say Saturn, but I might be wrong. But Titan is one of the places that it's like a settlement. It's called New Homestead, so I would definitely head to New Homestead for these. And then you have these DA Gamma 1020 cargo hold by Panaptes. Again, these are usually quite easy to find. They come in various sizes. I think this is the max size, 320 cargo each. So you can obviously make these smaller or bigger if you wanted to. Again, we've got the Nova Galactic NG-15 landing gear. These are 2 of the same landing gears, so when you see them, you'll see these ones by default, and then you can swap. You press like right on the D-pad or whatever button, and you can swap between, and you'll swap and you get these ones. So yes, these are the same landing gear, they're just like slightly different variation. And then we have the Ares DT40 engines by Panaptes. This is where you can kind of improve upon the speed. So these have a max thrust of 10,800. You can opt for bigger. Let me see. It probably won't have them at this outpost. Let me see. Does it? No, it doesn't have them at this outpost. But you can find them. They come in larger, like, thrusting. That sounds really sketchy. Apologies. They basically have, like, they're more powerful, but they're also more expensive. I went with the cheapest option, obviously. And then on the top here, we have the Hope Tech Overseer Bridge. We've got these Tayo Spine B. So these can only be found in I believe, Tayo locations. Let me see if they can also be here. I'm pretty sure they're available. I think all structural pieces are available in your yeah, they are. Okay, so Tayo Spine B. So you notice the A one doesn't have a spot on top, but if you go across, the B one does. And then we've got two of them. Shield generator on top, a Bastille S82 shield generator. Again, there's multiple versions of this. Let me see if I can show you. Again, it won't show me. Perfect. So there's multiple versions of this shield generator, but I went with the cheaper one. You can find these shield generators. Most shipwrights will have them. And then we have a Galleon S204 cargo hold. This has a cargo capacity of almost 1,500. I believe there's only one size for this. And then we have the Helios 400 grav drive. So this is probably one of the more expensive pieces because there is smaller versions of this grav drive, but it limits your jump range by quite a lot to the point where it's probably not usable. So we'll just put this together real quick. So like I said, you'd have these here on the middle. We slap this underneath. And then you put your two. And then you put your fuel tank under, and then on top you have this there, your cargo hold, your two spine pieces, like so, with the shield generator on top. And then Bob is your uncle. Like I was saying, you could add weapons. If I really quick, let me see what let me. Yeah, so you could obviously add weapons to this vehicle, but it kind of defeats the purpose of being a hauler. But then if you want to protect yourself, you know, or deal some damage, as they say, you could definitely modify this to your heart's content. But at least this is like a base version, so you have somewhere to start off on. But yeah, so that was the ship review and the build. I have a couple more like ships that I could showcase. I don't usually like to do that because I don't think my designs are very interesting. But if you guys want, I can show you some of my other ships. So one more time, I just want to thank everyone for the support. It has been tremendous. I've got a lot more videos along the way. I think I did a bit of research. There's like about 80 ships in the base game, so I'm going to try my very hardest to get a review on every single one of them. I also have some other videos regarding Starfield. I have a couple of videos where I basically do a similar review style, but from the weapons, because there's like different weapon manufacturers. So there should be one or two of them videos out in the coming days. So obviously, yeah, let me know what you think. And if you guys have any ideas of what you'd like me to do, aside from the ship reviews, or if you know anything at all, let me know. But yeah, thanks very much for everything, guys, and to the future.